Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about something so powerful, so transformative, that it can change the course of your life. I'm speaking about the power of positive thinking in achieving your goals. But what does it really mean to think positively? It's not just about seeing the glass as half full or putting on a smile when things are tough. It's about understanding the fundamental force behind our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Our thoughts are not just a reflection of who we are, but the blueprint of who we can become. What we think about consistently shapes our actions, our environment, and ultimately our reality. Our minds are the engine that drives us toward our goals. The power of the mind is an extraordinary force, one that has the ability to create, transform, and navigate us through the intricacies of life. It is not merely a tool for processing information or storing memories. It is the architect of the life we lead. The way we think about ourselves, our situations, and the future plays a pivotal role in how we experience the world and how we achieve our goals. The mind is not a passive entity, it is active, constantly shaping and reshaping our thoughts and perceptions. Each thought that crosses our mind carries with it the potential to influence our actions and outcomes. If we allow negative thoughts to dominate our minds, we inadvertently create a reality that reflects that negativity. Conversely, if we focus on positive, empowering thoughts, we begin to see opportunities, solutions, and paths to success where others might see only obstacles. When we consistently focus on positive thoughts, our actions naturally follow suit. Think of it like planting seeds in the garden of your mind. The thoughts we nurture and feed will grow into beliefs, and those beliefs will manifest as actions. If you cultivate thoughts of self-worth, possibility, and success, you are more likely to take the steps necessary to achieve your goals. On the other hand, if your mind is filled with doubt, fear, and negativity, your actions may become hesitant or paralyzed. This is the power of the mind. It dictates not only what we believe, but what we do. Our thoughts are the driving force behind our behaviors. When we believe something is possible, we are more inclined to put in the effort required to make it happen. If we think of ourselves as capable, worthy, and deserving of success, we will act in ways that reflect those beliefs. We will take risks, step out of our comfort zones, and embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. On the other hand, if we perceive ourselves as incapable or unworthy, our actions will reflect that lack of confidence, and we will avoid challenges, fearing failure instead of seeing it as a learning experience. The mind is also the key to resilience. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. However, our ability to overcome these obstacles is largely determined by the way we think about them. If we approach setbacks with a mindset of growth and perseverance, we are more likely to bounce back stronger. A positive mindset allows us to see adversity not as a roadblock but as a stepping stone, a necessary part of the journey toward achieving our goals. When we encounter difficulties, we ask ourselves not, "Why me?" but "How can I learn from this?" or "What can I do to move forward?" This shift in perspective is the cornerstone of success because it empowers us to keep going, no matter how tough the journey may seem. The way we think also shapes our environment. The people we surround ourselves with, the opportunities we attract, and the circumstances we find ourselves in are often a reflection of our inner state. A positive mindset tends to attract like-minded individuals, opportunities for growth, and situations that align with our vision. On the other hand, negative thinking can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, attracting challenges, limiting beliefs, and an environment that reinforces our doubts and fears. Our internal world reflects outwardly, and what we believe about ourselves and our potential shapes the world we live in. Furthermore, positive thinking is not about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It is about choosing how we respond to the reality we face. Life is full of uncertainties, and not every situation will unfold the way we expect. However, it is in how we handle these circumstances that our mindset truly matters. Positive thinking doesn't mean that we won't face adversity, but rather that we approach challenges with a mindset of possibility. It means looking at a difficult situation and saying, "This is an opportunity for growth, for learning, and for becoming stronger." When we reframe challenges in this way, they no longer become insurmountable obstacles but are instead seen as necessary experiences for achieving our goals. The mind also plays a crucial role in sustaining motivation. When we are working toward a goal, especially a long-term or challenging one, it is easy to become discouraged. We might face setbacks, experience delays, or encounter roadblocks. However, the strength of our thoughts determines how we will respond to these challenges. If we allow negative thoughts to take over, thoughts of failure, doubt, or frustration, we are more likely to give up. But if we focus on positive thoughts, thoughts of progress, potential, and possibility, we will find the strength to continue, to adapt, and to persist. Positive thinking helps us maintain our momentum, even when the road is tough and the end goal seems distant. The mind is not just a passive tool we use to process information, it is the driving force behind our success. What we think shapes who we are, what we do, and how we achieve our goals. The power of positive thinking lies in the way it empowers us to take action, to stay resilient in the face of challenges, and to shape our environment in alignment with our vision. When we harness the power of our minds, we unlock our true potential and set ourselves on a path toward greatness. The thoughts we think today will determine the reality we experience tomorrow. So let us choose our thoughts wisely, for they are the foundation upon which we build our dreams. Belief is the first step to success. Without belief in yourself and your vision, no plan, strategy, or effort will lead you to victory. It is belief that empowers us to take that first step, even when the path is unclear or the obstacles seem insurmountable. You see, belief is not just a passive feeling. It is the foundation upon which all success is built. Without a strong belief in your potential, in your abilities, and in your goals, you will never be able to muster the courage or the commitment required to make progress. Belief is the spark that ignites action. It is the internal force that drives you to pursue your dreams with relentless determination. When you believe in your potential, you feel a deep sense of purpose, and this belief propels you to act, even in the face of uncertainty. The journey to success is rarely linear. There will be moments when the road ahead seems foggy and filled with challenges. However, belief acts as a guiding light, helping you to navigate through the darkness and to trust that there is a purpose and direction, even when the full picture has yet to be revealed. Without belief, you become stuck in the realm of doubt, indecision, and fear. If you do not believe in your ability to succeed, then every challenge becomes an insurmountable wall, and every setback becomes a reason to quit. Belief gives you the courage to push through fear, to take risks, and to act in the face of uncertainty. It is belief that enables you to view failure not as the end of the road, but as a lesson, a stepping stone that brings you closer to your goal. When you truly believe in your vision, no setback or obstacle will be powerful enough to shake your resolve. Belief is also contagious. When you believe in yourself and your vision, others will start to believe in you too. The energy and confidence that come from strong belief attracts support, resources, and opportunities. It creates an environment where people are drawn to your mission, eager to collaborate and willing to help. On the other hand, a lack of belief in yourself can create doubt in others, and that can hinder your progress. People are naturally drawn to those who exude confidence and belief in their purpose, and this belief serves as a magnet that pulls people, opportunities, and resources toward you. Your belief must also be aligned with your vision. Vision is the blueprint of what you want to achieve, but belief is the energy that propels that vision into reality. If your belief in your vision is weak or wavering, your actions will lack the consistency and commitment needed to make that vision come to life. The more you believe in your vision, the more persistent and determined you will become. You will continue to take action, even when the odds are stacked against you, because belief keeps you focused on the outcome, not the obstacles. Belief also involves a strong sense of self-worth. If you do not believe that you are worthy of success, you will unconsciously sabotage your own efforts. Many people struggle to achieve their goals, not because they lack the necessary skills or resources, but because they don't believe they deserve to succeed. They may self-sabotage by procrastinating, avoiding difficult tasks, or doubting their abilities. Belief is the antidote to this, as it affirms that you are deserving of success and that your dreams are achievable. When you truly believe in your worth, you are more likely to take the actions necessary to claim the success you desire. However, belief is not just about blindly following your dreams. It also involves a deep conviction in the process. It is understanding that success is not just a matter of wishing for it or dreaming about it, but actively participating in the journey, learning from your experiences, and continuing to push forward despite challenges. Belief in yourself means believing that you have the capacity to learn, adapt, and grow, even when you face obstacles. It is an unwavering trust that, as long as you remain committed to your vision, you will eventually find a way to make it a reality. One of the most powerful aspects of belief is its ability to shift your mindset from limitation to possibility. When you believe in yourself, you stop seeing challenges as roadblocks and start seeing them as opportunities to learn and grow. The difference between those who achieve their goals and those who don't is often their belief in their own ability to overcome difficulties. When you believe in your power, you begin to see solutions instead of problems. Your mindset shifts from being one of scarcity, where you feel limited and defeated, to one of abundance, where you see endless possibilities for success and growth. Belief also fuels resilience. As you pursue your goals, there will be moments of failure, disappointment, and frustration. It is during these moments that belief becomes most important. Belief gives you the strength to rise after each fall, to keep going even when it seems impossible. It is not the absence of failure that leads to success, but the ability to persevere in spite of it. Belief in yourself allows you to bounce back from setbacks, to keep pushing forward, and to never lose sight of your ultimate vision. So, when you face difficulties, when the path seems unclear, and when obstacles seem insurmountable, hold on to your belief. It is belief that will empower you to take that first step and every step after it until you reach your destination. Belief is not a passive force. It is a powerful, active energy that propels you toward your goals. It allows you to overcome doubt, fear, and uncertainty, and to stay focused on your vision, even in the face of adversity. Without belief, there can be no true success. But with belief, anything is possible. Life will always present challenges, but it is how we respond to them that determines our success. Positive thinking requires us to focus, not on the problem at hand, but on the solution. A mindset that seeks opportunities in adversity will always rise higher than one that is consumed by negativity. Challenges are inevitable in life. No one is exempt from facing difficulty, whether it's personal, professional, or something in between. However, what separates successful individuals from those who struggle is their ability to shift their focus from the problem to the potential solution. When we are faced with a challenge, our natural tendency is to dwell on the problem. We focus on what is wrong, what isn't working, and the difficulties we are encountering. While it's important to acknowledge the problem and understand its impact, it's equally important not to remain trapped in the problem itself. If we spend all our energy focusing on the issue, we end up stuck in a cycle of negativity, which only makes it harder to move forward. The truth is that the more you focus on the problem, the more you amplify it. The longer you dwell on what's wrong, the bigger and more overwhelming the problem seems. This is where a positive mindset makes all the difference. A mindset that focuses on solutions shifts the perspective from helplessness to empowerment. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" or "What went wrong?" a solution-focused mindset asks, "What can I do about this?" or "How can I fix this?" By focusing on what is within your control and seeking a way forward, you create an environment that fosters creativity, innovation, and progress. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the challenge, you begin to feel empowered to address it. A solution-oriented mindset is rooted in optimism, not naivety. It doesn't ignore the reality of the problem, but chooses to believe that there is always a way through it. When you approach life's difficulties with the conviction that there is always a solution, you begin to notice opportunities where others might see only roadblocks. It's about looking at adversity not as a sign to quit, but as an invitation to rise, to think creatively, and to take inspired action. Each challenge is a stepping stone, not a barrier. Consider the power of reframing a situation. When you face a problem, take a moment to shift your perspective. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I turn this challenge into an opportunity for growth? Often, The solution is not immediately obvious, but by focusing on the opportunity to find an answer, you allow yourself to remain open to new ideas and strategies. You become more resourceful, more flexible, and more willing to experiment with different approaches. In this way, problems become catalysts for personal and professional growth. Those who succeed understand that setbacks are simply part of the journey, and they don't allow themselves to become paralyzed by them. Instead of allowing problems to define their progress, they use those challenges as stepping stones. Take, for example, the story of Thomas Edison, who faced countless failures in his pursuit of inventing the light bulb. Each failure could have been seen as a reason to quit, yet Edison maintained his focus on the solution. His mindset was one that saw every failure as a lesson, a necessary step toward finding the right solution. Eventually, his perseverance and solution-focused mindset led to one of the greatest inventions of all time. In a similar way, when we focus on solutions, we maintain our forward momentum. Even when things don't go as planned, we continue to move in the direction of our goals. We don't allow challenges to define us or dictate our actions. Instead, we maintain our focus on what's possible, keeping our eyes on the prize and finding creative ways to navigate through the difficulties. Every challenge we encounter becomes a test of our resourcefulness, resilience, and ability to adapt. Furthermore, focusing on solutions strengthens our mental and emotional resilience. Life can throw curveballs, and sometimes the circumstances feel impossible to overcome. However, the way we respond to those circumstances defines our future. When we stay focused on solutions, we become less reactive and more proactive. Instead of getting bogged down by fear, frustration, or anger, we channel our energy into constructive problem solving. This shift in focus helps us to stay calm, clear-headed, and solution-oriented, even in the most stressful of situations. The power of focusing on solutions extends beyond personal challenges. In relationships, work, or any area of life, a solution-oriented mindset can be the key to building trust, fostering collaboration, and driving success. Instead of blaming others or dwelling on what went wrong, individuals who focus on solutions are more likely to work together, find common ground, and create positive outcomes. This mindset encourages communication, teamwork, and innovation. It's about working together to identify what can be done, rather than focusing on what can't. It's important to remember that not all solutions are immediate. Sometimes the answers take time to reveal themselves, and that's okay. The key is to remain open, stay patient, and keep moving forward with a positive mindset. A solution-focused mindset does not guarantee immediate success, but it does guarantee that you will remain active in your pursuit of it. This focus allows you to keep taking small, purposeful steps toward your goals, even when the larger picture feels unclear. By choosing to focus on solutions, you are always moving closer to your desired outcome. In life, problems are inevitable, but so are solutions. What makes the difference is where we choose to place our focus. By choosing to focus on solutions, we are choosing to empower ourselves, to grow through adversity, and to stay aligned with our vision of success. A mindset that seeks solutions in every challenge is a mindset that will always rise higher, no matter the obstacles in its way. The key to overcoming life's challenges is not in avoiding them, but in choosing to focus on the opportunities they present, the lessons they offer, and the solutions that are always within reach. Words are not just sounds or sentences, they are creative forces. The words we speak shape the world around us and influence how we see ourselves and our circumstances. Speak with purpose, with positivity, and with conviction, because what you say matters more than you realize. Every word that leaves your mouth is like a seed planted in the fertile soil of your mind and the environment around you. The energy behind your words has the power to build or destroy, to encourage or discourage, to heal or harm. When we understand the profound influence that words have on our lives, we begin to choose them more carefully, realizing that they are not merely tools of communication, they are the very instruments of creation. When you speak, you are not just conveying information, you are shaping your reality. The words you use, whether they are positive or negative, act as powerful affirmations, casting a vision of the life you are creating. Every time you speak, you either reinforce a mindset of possibility or trap yourself in a cycle of limitation. If you say things like, "I can't do this," "I'm not good enough," or "this will never work," you are planting seeds of doubt and negativity that will grow and influence your actions. On the other hand, when you speak words of empowerment, encouragement, and possibility, you are planting seeds of hope, confidence, and strength. Think about how the words you speak about yourself impact your sense of self-worth. How many times have you doubted your abilities or belittled yourself with negative self-talk? When you tell yourself that you're not capable, not worthy, or not enough, you create a barrier to success before you even take the first step. Your words create the framework for your self-perception. However, when you speak positively about yourself, affirming your worth, your talents, and your abilities, you begin to see yourself through a different lens. You become more confident, more resilient, and more willing to take action, because your words remind you of your potential. Words also have the power to shape the way we see our circumstances. No matter what happens in life, we have the choice in how we respond. A negative mindset can cause us to see challenges as insurmountable, while a positive mindset can reveal solutions, opportunities, and growth. The words we use to describe our situations influence how we interpret and navigate them. For instance, if you are facing a setback, you could say, "This is a failure and I'll never recover." Or you could say, "This is a temporary challenge that I can learn from and grow stronger." The difference in these statements is not just in the words, but in the mindset behind them. The first statement reinforces defeat and helplessness, while the second opens the door to growth, learning, and resilience. When we speak with purpose, we are acknowledging that our words have intention and power. We don't simply speak out of habit or passively. We speak with a sense of direction, knowing that the words we choose can create momentum in our lives. Purposeful speech comes from an understanding of the importance of our language and the impact it has on our journey. It's not just about saying the right things. It's about speaking in alignment with the life we want to create. When we speak with purpose, we are directing our energy toward our goals, reaffirming our commitment, and reinforcing our focus on the positive outcomes we seek. It's also essential to speak with positivity. Positivity is not about blind optimism or ignoring the difficulties we face. It's about choosing to focus on what's possible, even in the face of adversity. Positive words uplift, encourage, and inspire action. When you speak positively, not only do you uplift yourself, but you also have the power to uplift others. The energy of positive speech spreads, creating an environment where hope and possibility can flourish. Words of encouragement and support can motivate others to believe in themselves, take action, and keep moving forward. In this way, the power of words transcends the individual and creates a ripple effect, changing the atmosphere around us. Conviction is another critical aspect of the words we speak. When we speak with conviction, we are not simply repeating empty words. We are expressing our deepest beliefs and commitments. Words spoken with conviction carry weight. They communicate certainty and confidence, and they influence those who hear them, including ourselves. When you speak with conviction, you reinforce your own belief in your abilities, your vision, and your goals. It's one thing to say, "I want to be successful," but it's another to say, "I am successful and I will achieve my goals." The latter statement carries the weight of certainty and commitment. It signals to your mind and the universe that you are not just wishing for success, you are claiming it, and you are willing to work for it. Words are also incredibly powerful tools for manifesting your dream. When you speak your vision out loud, you bring it from the realm of thoughts and ideas into the physical world. Speaking your goals, dreams, and desires aloud gives them life. It makes them real, tangible, and actionable. When you articulate what you want, you are sending a message to your subconscious mind, reaffirming your commitment and aligning your actions with your desires. This is why affirmations, declarations, and goal setting are such powerful tools in achieving success. By consistently speaking words of empowerment and vision, you train your mind to focus on the outcome you desire, which in turn drives your actions and decisions. The power of words is not limited to our self-talk or personal affirmations. It extends to the way we communicate with others. The words we speak to the people around us have the ability to build relationships, inspire collaboration, and encourage growth. A kind word, an encouraging phrase, or a thoughtful compliment can uplift someone and make them feel valued. On the other hand, harsh words, criticism, or negativity can tear down and create division. The way we communicate with others shapes our relationships and the environment we create, whether at work, in our families, or in our communities. Ultimately, words have the power to create the life we desire. They shape how we see ourselves, how we perceive our circumstances, and how we interact with the world around us. By speaking with purpose, positivity, and conviction, we set in motion the forces that will help us achieve our goals. We become active participants in the creation of our reality, aligning our words with our vision and reinforcing the belief that we have the power to shape our destiny. Words are not just tools for communication, they are tools for transformation. Choose your words wisely, for they are the building blocks of your future. Positive thinking alone will not achieve your goals. You must act upon your thoughts, your beliefs, and your dreams. Faith without works is incomplete. It's in the consistent action driven by positive belief that we transform our vision into reality. While the power of the mind and belief are essential components in the journey to success, they must be accompanied by deliberate, intentional action. It is action that bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be, and it is in action that the true manifestation of your dreams begins. When you have a vision, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of the possibilities. You might see the end result clearly in your mind, and you might believe with all your heart that it is possible. However, without taking consistent steps toward that vision, it will remain just that, a vision. Positive thinking and belief are the fuel, but action is the vehicle that drives you forward. You cannot expect to reach your destination by merely imagining it. You must take real, purposeful steps toward making it a reality. Action is what transforms dreams into tangible results. Think about any great achievement in history, whether in business, sports, or personal development, and you'll find that behind every success story, there were countless actions taken. These actions were not always grand or dramatic. Often they were small, consistent steps made with focus and determination. It's in those daily actions that success is forged. The compound effect of consistent, purposeful action driven by positive belief is what leads to lasting success. The problem many people face is that they get stuck in the planning phase. They dream, they envision, they strategize, but they fail to act. They wait for the perfect moment or the right circumstances before taking the first step. Unfortunately, the perfect moment rarely comes. Success is not achieved through waiting for the ideal conditions, but through acting in spite of uncertainty. There will always be challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. The key is not to wait for them to disappear, but to take action in the face of them. It's the act of moving forward, regardless of fear, doubt, or imperfection, that makes the difference. Action also requires a willingness to take risks and step outside your comfort zone. When you start pursuing a big dream, there will be moments of discomfort and fear of failure, but it's important to understand that action isn't about having all the answers. It's about being willing to try, to experiment, and to fail forward. Each step you take, whether successful or not, teaches you something valuable. It refines your skills, deepens your understanding, and brings you closer to the ultimate goal. Another important aspect of action is consistency. It's not enough to take 1 or 2 steps toward your goal and then stop. Consistency is key to success. Small, steady actions taken regularly create momentum and progress. Imagine a person who wants to get fit. Positive thinking and believing that they can achieve their fitness goals are important, but it's the consistent action, working out regularly, eating well, resting, that brings the result. One workout or a few healthy meals won't transform the body, but consistent effort over time will. In the same way, your dreams and goals require ongoing action. Whether it's taking 1 step every day or dedicating time each week to your pursuit, the key is to keep moving forward consistently. Furthermore, action has a way of clarifying your path. When you take the first step, even if you don't have everything figured out, you often find that things begin to fall into place. Action creates feedback. It allows you to learn, adjust, and refine your approach. The more you act, the more you discover what works and what doesn't, helping you to fine-tune your strategy and move with greater precision toward your goal. Without action, you are left with only ideas. But it is through action that the world begins to align with your vision. Action also strengthens your faith and belief. The more you act on your dreams and goals, the more evidence you gather that what you believe is possible is indeed achievable. Each small success builds confidence and reinforces your belief in your ability to accomplish even greater things. When you take action, you are showing yourself and the universe that you are serious about your goals, and the results will follow. You build trust in yourself and your ability to manifest your vision, which in turn motivates you to take even more action. Moreover, action is the way you measure your progress. Dreams are often intangible, but through action you create measurable results. When you look back at the steps you've taken, you can see how far you've come and how much closer you are to your ultimate goal. Action brings clarity, momentum, and direction. It provides tangible proof of your effort, showing you that the work you are putting in is not in vain. The process of action also teaches discipline and perseverance. There will be times when results don't come quickly, and you may face challenges that make you question your progress. However, it's in those moments that discipline and perseverance become your greatest allies. It is the ability to keep moving forward, even when progress seems slow, that separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up. Consistent action, even in the face of adversity, reinforces your commitment to your vision and moves you closer to success. Finally, action has a ripple effect. When you begin to take action, you inspire others around you. Your determination, your work ethic, and your commitment to your goals become a source of inspiration for others to take action in their own lives. When you actively pursue your dreams, you become a living example of what is possible. Your actions speak louder than words, and they inspire others to take the leap and act on their own dreams. Ultimately, action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Positive thinking, belief, and vision are vital, but without consistent, purposeful action, they remain mere ideas. It is in the act of moving toward your goals, step by step, that your dreams begin to take shape. So take action today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it through the steps you take now. Through action, your thoughts, your beliefs, and your vision will come to life, and your dreams will become your reality. Negative thoughts will try to hold you back, and failures will come, but they are not the end of the journey. They are a part of it. Resilience is rooted in a positive mindset. When we maintain our focus on the end goal, we are capable of overcoming any obstacle and emerging stronger from every setback. The road to success is rarely smooth, and challenges are inevitable. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is not the absence of adversity, but the ability to keep going in the face of it. Resilience is not just about bouncing back from difficulties. It's about using those challenges as fuel to move forward with even greater determination. Adversity is a natural part of life. We will all encounter obstacles, whether in our personal lives, careers, or pursuit of our goals. It's easy to become discouraged when things don't go as planned or when setbacks seem insurmountable. Negative thoughts will arise, questioning our abilities, our worth, and our potential. But what we must remember is that these thoughts are not the truth. They are simply the voice of doubt and fear. Resilience is the ability to recognize these thoughts for what they are and not allow them to control us. Instead of letting negativity dictate our actions, we can choose to focus on our strengths, our purpose, and our end goal. It is this shift in perspective that fuels resilience. One of the most important aspects of resilience is the ability to maintain a positive mindset, even in the face of difficulty. Positive thinking does not mean ignoring the reality of challenges, but rather choosing to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. Every setback, every failure, and every disappointment contains valuable lessons that can shape us into stronger, more capable individuals. When we view adversity as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block, we open ourselves up to the possibility of growth. Resilience is rooted in this belief that setbacks are not permanent and that every challenge can be overcome with determination and the right mindset. In times of adversity, it is essential to keep our focus on the bigger picture. It's easy to get lost in the frustration of the moment, but resilience requires us to zoom out and remember why we started in the first place. The end goal, the vision we have for our lives, should remain our guiding light. When we keep our eyes on that goal, we are better able to push through the difficulties that arise. We know that each obstacle is temporary and that the pain or struggle we face now will eventually lead to growth, success, and fulfillment. Resilience comes from this understanding that the struggle is not the end, but part of the process. There is also a profound strength that comes from embracing failure as part of the journey. Failure is often viewed as something to be feared or avoided, but it is an integral part of the path to success. Many of the most successful people in the world have failed countless times before reaching their goals. The difference is that they did not allow those failures to define them or stop them from trying again. Resilience is about being willing to fail and keep going. It's about developing the courage to take risks, knowing that failure is not a reflection of our worth but an opportunity to learn, adapt, and improve. Resilience is not about never feeling discouraged or frustrated. It's about how quickly you can get back on track after encountering a setback. It's about refusing to let temporary setbacks become permanent defeats. The ability to rise after a fall, to stand up after being knocked down, is what defines resilience. Every time we face a challenge, we have two choices. We can allow it to break us, or we can allow it to make us stronger. Resilience is choosing the latter. It is about finding the strength to keep going when everything in you says to stop, and about using every failure as a lesson that propels you forward. Another critical aspect of resilience is the ability to stay flexible and adaptable. Success is rarely achieved through a straight path. There will be detours, unexpected changes, and obstacles along the way. Resilience is about maintaining your determination while being willing to adjust your approach. When things don't go as planned, resilient people don't give up. They find new ways to move forward. They remain committed to their goals, but stay open to new strategies, ideas, and opportunities that may arise along the way. Resilience is about embracing change, adapting to new circumstances, and never losing sight of the ultimate goal. In addition to maintaining a positive mindset and focusing on the end goal, resilience is also about self-care and perseverance. It is easy to burn out when we are constantly pushing ourselves without taking the time to rest and recharge. Resilience does not mean working endlessly without pause. It means knowing when to step back, take care of yourself, and return to the battle with renewed energy. It's about maintaining balance and making sure you have the strength to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the journey may become. The power of resilience lies in its ability to transform adversity into opportunity. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to strengthen your character, build your mental and emotional muscles, and prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming anything that comes your way. It is through adversity that we discover what we are truly made of, and it is through resilience that we unlock our fullest potential. Challenges are inevitable, but they do not define us. How we respond to those challenges and how we rise after each setback is what truly shapes our future. Ultimately, resilience is not just about surviving adversity, it's about thriving in the face of it. It's about using every obstacle as an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become stronger. With a positive mindset, a focus on the end goal, and the determination to keep going, you can overcome any challenge and emerge victorious. Resilience is not just a skill, it's a mindset that empowers you to take control of your destiny and create the life you desire, no matter what obstacles you may face along the way. As we conclude, let us remember that the power to achieve our goals lies not in the circumstances we face, but in the mindset we choose to adopt. Positive thinking is not a passive state of wishful thinking. It is the foundation of a life led by purpose, belief, and action. Our thoughts shape our reality, and the words we speak and the actions we take transform our visions into tangible outcomes. It is not the absence of challenges that determines success, but the resilience we cultivate in the face of adversity. Every setback is a stepping stone, every failure a lesson, and every moment of doubt an opportunity to strengthen our resolve. The journey towards greatness is not a sprint, but a marathon, a journey of consistent belief, relentless action, and unwavering focus. As you stand on the threshold of your dreams, know that you are equipped with everything you need to succeed: your mind, your belief, your words, your actions, and your resilience are the tools that will carve your path to victory. Embrace each day with the knowledge that you are not just working toward your goals, you are becoming the person capable of achieving them. Now, go forth with confidence, with courage, and with the unshakable belief that your vision is not only possible, but inevitable. Keep your focus on the end goal, and remember that with every thought, every word, and every action, you are shaping the future that lies before you. The power to achieve greatness has always been within you. Step into it, live it, and watch as your dreams unfold before your eyes.